Hello friends, welcome again to my channel where we discuss the science behind this world of medicine. So today we will be discussing about the science and the reason behind shivering and sweating in case of fever. So let us start with the initiation point, which is basically the infection. So an infective organism enters your body through throat infection, lung infection, skin infection, abscess, gastrointestinal infection, or any kind of infection inside your body. This infective organism enters and it releases some proteins which are called as exogenous pyrogens into the bloodstream. A parallel event that happens alongside infection is an inflammatory reaction hosted by your body, wherein some white blood cells are released into your bloodstream to fight against this infection. These white blood cells also release what is called as endogenous pyrogens or cytokines. So these cytokines or this endogenous pyrogens along with exogenous pyrogens together cause release of another chemical which is called as prostaglandin E2, also referred to as PGE2. This PGE2 actually raises the normal set point of temperature in your body, which is through the hypothalamus. So prostaglandins E2 raise the temperature set point of hypothalamus. Hypothalamus in your body is nothing but a thermostat of your body. So let us say your standard temperature is 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. This prostaglandin E2 release will cause the set point temperature to be example 101 degree Fahrenheit. So now your body thermostat, which is the hypothalamus, believes that your body temperature should be 101 degree Fahrenheit. But in actual it is only 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. So the body needs to do something to attain this temperature of 101 degree Fahrenheit, which the body believes is its natural temperature. So the body has to do something, and what it does as a reaction is two things, which is vasoconstriction and shivering. Vasoconstriction is constriction of blood vessels which are superficially in the skin, and the blood is shunted to the internal organs. So this prevents heat loss. And secondly, shivering, which causes high muscular activity in the skin and the body, increases the body temperature, because shivering or muscle activity increases the body temperature because it releases heat, and as a result you attain a body temperature which is close to your set point thermostat temperature, which is for example 101 degree Fahrenheit. So hence you have shivering to attain the body temperature which is set as a thermostat temperature by the prostaglandin E2, which is released into the bloodstream due to infection, releasing exogenous pyrogens, and inflammatory response releasing endogenous pyrogens or the cytokines. This is exactly what happens in your body in case of fever, as well as this is something that happens when you go in a cold atmosphere, very cold environment. Though the reaction is a little different, there is no release of prostaglandin E2, but your body thermostat is maintained at 98.4 degree Fahrenheit, but the outside temperature may be 96 or maybe 94 or even lesser. In that case, your body needs to maintain this 98.4 degrees Fahrenheit of temperature, and hence your body starts shivering in cold weather so as to increase the body temperature, and hence when you enter a very cold weather you have shivering. This is the same reason, and this is also the reason why you have goose flesh. So goose flesh is nothing but your body hair rising. This is because the muscles which control that hair are also shivering, so they have erected, so that is why you have goose flesh also in cold weather. So it is action of the thermostat in your body, which is the hypothalamus. Now you might have noticed then that when you have fever, your doctor advises you to take some antipyretics or some medicines which lower down the fever. In most cases this would be a paracetamol. What this paracetamol does is lowers down the body thermostat temperature. It brings down the thermostat normal temperature to 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. And how this does is this is done by decreasing the release of prostaglandin E2. So antipyretic medicines or fever reducing medicines actually stop the cycle of prostaglandin E2 production, and hence this is not released, and the hypothalamus or the thermostat of your body normal temperature comes back to 98.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Now you can imagine that you have 101 degree Fahrenheit as your normal body temperature now because of this thermostat. Now the thermostat has come back to 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. Now the body needs to do something to bring this temperature down to again 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. So the action that is done by body is vasodilation and sweating. So what vasodilation does is it increases the blood flow of the skin tissues. So when the blood flow to the skin tissue is increased, so liquid is flowing in the skin. When it is happening, so there is lot of release of heat, and parallelly there is sweating, because when you have sweating there is lots and lots of heat that is released out of your body. So your body becomes cooler, and when your body becomes cooler, you again attain the lower body temperature, which is 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. This is also the reason why you sweat when you do exercise. So in case of exercising, your normal body temperature by the thermostat is still 98.4 degree Fahrenheit, but you are exercising and your muscles are hyperactive and you are generating a lot of heat. Lot of heat is being generated, but your body thermostat knows that the temperature needs to be maintained at 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. So your body starts sweating out a lot of heat, because sweating causes release of heat and maintains the normal body temperature, and that is exactly the reason why you have sweating in case of exercise. I hope friends now you understand a little bit, because what we have also seen is when you take paracetamol or antipyretic medicines or fever lowering medicine in case of fever, at night time you will generally feel that you sweat out a lot, and when you sweat out a lot and you take your body temperature, you will realize that your body temperature has come back to normal. This is a normal phenomena known to people, but this is the science behind this principle or the phenomena. I hope friends this information was useful, because as I say always, that there is science behind each and everything and each and every treatment given by a doctor. If the information was useful and you liked the video, please like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to watch my next video. Thank you.